Now it's the second speaker. Now I'm introducing our second speaker, Joseph Stegner. The pathway that he's working on is effective coaching. Introduction to the volunteer is the title. The volunteer. Since leaving the esteemed position of lifesaver on a 911 responding mobile intensive care unit, better known as an advanced life supporting ambulance, our next speaker has been on a mission of discovery, recognizing a vital need that there are no paid positions to fill, which does not negate the need for the urgent role such duty manifests, even when worth of labor is often measured by the tangible pay it receives, and tasks that do not generate income are valued as hobbies. In nature, with the view that true responsibility means portioning one's labor to income first, and volunteering if time permits. Like the executive officers of San Leandro Toastmasters, who enable all of us to benefit from the structure and form of the vision of one man, Ralph Smedley, who 117 years ago saw the need for improved communication and became its remedy. Jessica Johnson, Jennifer Wu, Tan Tai, Will Wei, Alvaro Rodriguez, James Pinio, and our next speaker make up the volunteer board of officers for this club in hopes that you can achieve the dreams that you envision. In the ever-blossoming vitality of humanity, there needs to be visionaries who can see the future and those who believe enough in making it happen to be the hands of how it does. Here where leaders are made, at Toastmasters, you are already in your role as captains of destiny. Tonight is storm preparation training. Please welcome the poet, Joseph Stegner. He's asking for 5 to 7 minutes.
Greetings, my fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, Tan, for that wonderful introduction. I propose that every great endeavor that brought humanity to another realm of advancement began with someone who volunteered to get the ball rolling. Whether as a sense of civic duty, seeing a need and being the origin of efforts to remedy it, or being the leader who takes the challenge of another's vision and volunteers to do the tough part, guiding others into productive activity that will turn the invisible into the tangible. It takes brave volunteers like our own president of San Leandro Toastmasters, Jessica Johnson, and past club presidents like William Way, Tan Tai, Aurora Bataclan, James Pinio, and others, or spectacular leaders like Jennifer Wu, who volunteered to take on the toughest of all officer roles, Vice President of Education. And after only being a member for months, she performed it with absolute excellence, just like her predecessor in the role Jessica did before she was nominated and elected president of our club to make the best of fates for their audiences possible. History affirms there are no fields of study, wonder, profession, or occupation where this does not apply. And the future suggests that there are infinite arenas in which leadership is needed in the dynamic, intricate, complex, far-reaching, and ever-connected organism of humanity. From the Hoover Dam to the Golden Gate Bridge, from the Empire State Building to the Salesforce Tower, from social movements that become transformative household names to products that enhance our lives, there is no iconic structure that did not require a volunteer who was courageous and tenacious enough to make this seemingly impossible a reality by communicating their vision, despite all vulnerability to rejection and potential failure. This is where tonight's storm preparation training for captains of destiny becomes relevant. Now, when I say volunteer, it may not be that there is no compensation in those who have gone before, those who follow, or maybe in those who currently volunteer, but it distinguishes those who summon the motivation to do what others can or will not do. The zeitgeist has roared to all of us that these are times when descriptions can make people rise and fall, not only in public opinion, but personal belief as well. This is when you must remember that the winds of temptation blow strong in the face of apathy, misunderstanding, or dismissal, and you must keep your grip on reason and emotion strong, else you will be lifted from your foundation and become a wreck of what you once were in the eyes of the world, to yourself, and perhaps worse, to your peers. With the winds of dishonesty for agendas and false narratives blowing daily in our news cycles, past storms only hint of worse weather down the road, with rhetoric and behavior that was once unfathomable among elected officials, now an accepted practice. And with the general public quick to take the bait to face fake narratives that embolden the worst of its behavior, it is good for you to be mindful that you will eventually be in the path of a storm that will uplift everything unsecure around you and whip it against that place where you live inside of you and threaten all that you have built. Be prepared so you are not surprised. Some will give little attention to what you say. They will verbalize a mixture of words that indicate their partial attention through words that are less than helpful in their response. Others, with more selfish motives or misguided intent, will purposefully try to undermine your confidence, gut your effort, and thus succeed in keeping your dreams from being manifest. Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. Listen to your peers here at San Leandro Toastmasters. Listen to that feedback you've received to strengthen your soul when persons of lesser motive would rather disable the excellence around them instead of rising to the occasion to match it. Recognize that others have reasons for why they challenge what you bring to the table, but you were meant to bring it. There is nothing of greatness that did not have a now to its origin. There is no great endeavor that did not have a volunteer to take the reins of the steed of achievement, to write with action would become the tales that inspire us all. Be ready for the winds. Hold strong to who you are, to what you know to be true, what those who truly care about you have told you, and let your legacy emerge victorious. That your integrity, your calmness, your ability to stay grounded when others let the currents tempt them to let go of their sanity. You held strong. You are Toastmasters. Be the lighthouses that the laden with goodness can see when your example must penetrate the darkness that threatens them. Let your truth be heard when fog envelopes the dangers that can shipwreck the misguided. I am proud to be your peer during these historic times. And as years pass, I look forward to hearing how you weathered each storm, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Joseph. Will, another minute and a half, please, and stop the recording. Thank you.
Yep.